welcome back to our Zoom interviews. This one for all the sports fans out there. As many of you know, I'm a massive sports fan, in particular American sports, including basketball and of course the NFL. Seattle Seahawks are my team, and the Aussie punter, Michael Dixon, got the jersey on right now. I've got a good buddy joining me all the way from Seattle, and you can see that magnificent stadium in the background. Kool Keith, the sports mad mate of mine. How are you, Keith?
Good. How you doing, Dan?
Good, buddy. Mate, you're in Seattle, and as we know, it was kind of crazy, and I don't know if it still is, but can you tell us how the lay of the land is over in Seattle at the moment?
Yeah, everything's still pretty crazy here. We were supposed to get restrictions kind of released a little bit more on May 4th. Had a thing today on the news with our governor, and he let us know that it's going to be extended even further. But as of, I think, Monday, we're going to be able to go out hiking and maybe do a little bit of fishing and golfing with only 2 people per group, unless you all in the family or in the same household. But who wants to go golfing with everybody in their household?
Yeah. And look, we know New York is the epicenter at the moment, but Seattle is where it sort of all went crazy with the pandemic over there. What was it like when it sort of first started over there?
It was kind of weird. Like when we saw the first guy come out with that he had the virus, at first nobody takes anything really seriously, but as we saw things progress quick, luckily we live in a state that we stepped into action. And, I'm really proud of everybody in our state on how we've handled it and taken care of business, which is only going to help us get back to normal sooner. We're still a pretty big city, but once you get to the amount of people in New York, like, there's no controlling that. People are on top of people at all points in time. Your travel's always with others. I feel bad for those guys. I have a lot of friends there that have been dealing with a lot of stuff.
Well, we were actually going to come and see you guys because we were, as you know, Mexico. We decided to get out, and we thought we'd come up to Seattle and spend some time with you and Taylor. But it was at that point it was pretty scary. Yeah,
I mean, you look back on those times now where you could have made other choices to how long is this going to really last? Is it going to be a week or 2 weeks or maybe at most 30 days? I never expected to be hitting 100 days plus of sitting in the house and, trying to find something to do. Like, sweatpants and sweatshirts and television and Netflix can only get you so far until you start hating everything.
Yeah. I want to say as well, as a Seattle sports fan, you're in the perfect positive there. We can see over your shoulder the amazing ground, and you actually took us to our first tailgate down there before the Seahawks Cardinals game. I think it was the Christmas before last.
It was outside the stadium because I had to get to Portland and get to a basketball game.
Yes. It was amazing. And I think when they found out, we were Aussies as well, and of course Dixon was absolutely on fire. And I'm wearing the Dixon jersey. Everyone was like, "Oh yeah, come and hang out, come and have a drink." And it was you can't really be prepared for a tailgate until you get there, especially in Seattle.
Yeah, it's the beauty of tailgating. I mean, everybody just gets along. You just kind of walk down the street, and when your drink's empty, you're going to make new friends, and they're going to make you a new drink. You get more close to the stadium, got to finish those off somewhere, and usually that's somebody else's tailgate.
It's something that we don't really get to experience here in Australia. It's sort of very, very different. Might go to the pub or have a few drinks at home, but the party sort of atmosphere, I think, just brings another level to the game, really, doesn't it? And I don't think I've ever eaten so much food before a football match.
Oh, yeah. I mean, really, you tailgate for more time than you're actually at the event. Before or after? I mean, most of it's before. After, you're either going home right away because you're upset, or you're going to hit the pub and have a couple more there with everybody else. But, I mean, people set up 6 to 8 hours before the game, before kickoff, or it's usually just kickoff, just to party and meet new people and meet other people that are also ready for the sports.
I think 90% of the people that I spoke to and met weren't actually even going to the game. They were just they were just there.
Yeah, it's I want to say it's a cheaper way to kind of feel the energy of everything, but setting up a tailgate costs a lot more than even a ticket does sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, what's Seattle like at the moment? I can see in the background there, not many cars getting around. Is it still in pretty much complete lockdown?
It's yeah, nothing's open. I mean, we did a grocery store run today. We had to pick up some more drinking material, but you're you're going in a line and you got to wait your turn. And we ran into Costco and just we started running. Like you just got to go and stay 6 feet away from each other. And yeah, I mean, even at peak sunny days, like I know our weather here is not as great, but we're gonna have 80-degree weather next week. And it's like, how are we gonna sit in the house? Like this is gonna be the toughest thing to do because you want to be out. We wait all year for the 3 months of nice weather here. We don't have baseball games to go to. You can't see your friends. It's tough.
I can vouch for the fact that Seattle weather is, notoriously, as bad as you hear about the Seattle weather, it is like that. And luckily, we got a clear day that day. We were at the Seahawks game, but yeah, it's rainy, drizzly, cold.
Right now, it's been awesome when it's gray because you don't feel terrible about laying on the couch. You feel kind of okay. You're like, all right, this gray weather's here. And then about midday, usually the skies open up and it's sunny for the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah,
Got to deal with it.
it's a beautiful city. It's probably when you go to a new place and you just feel like you could live there, you could stay there forever. Seattle was one of those places for Alex and I, and meeting you guys was a real treat as well, making some really close friends in that part of the world. But it's an amazing city just to cruise around. Do you still get wowed every time you're walking around and you've got CenturyLink in the background there? Does it ever get old?
No, I mean it's fun to go for walks, and actually right now is the best time because there's not people out, so you can just go for a walk and find things that you've never seen before. Like just because the cars aren't driving around and people aren't blocking it, you find these little gems in the city, whether it be a park or a store that hopefully eventually we get to go back shop at or whatever it is. But yeah, there's this city always amazes me. Ben Gibbard from Death Cab for Cutie, he did a walk on Instagram the other day and took pictures of famous Seattle landmarks for music. And I knew a bunch of them. I knew where Soundgarden had made songs or come up with inspiration, but I found out Guns N' Roses played their first ever show 2 blocks from where I live right now.
Wow.
And it's just this really junky looking carpet store that I would never walk into, but it's like, wow, Guns N' Roses played there. Or he had one other one just down the block that it blew me away. And so now when I walk by, I got a new value for those spots.
Yeah, and so much music history, of course, in Seattle, and so many great live music venues and little bars. I mean, Screwdriver Bar, amazing little spot, and of course the Crocodile. So lots of landmarks, lots of music history. And not only are you a huge sports fan, I reckon you're probably just as big a music fan.
Yeah, I'm definitely for sports right now. I'm feeling okay right now. The Mariners went their first ever April without losing a game, which who would have ever thought that would happen? They didn't play any, but they didn't lose any. So that's good.
Yes.
And we had the Seahawks draft, and I mean, we picked somebody in the first round, which is unheard of for us in the last 10 years. But we're gonna get back to sports eventually. Whether I get to go to the games or I just have to listen to them and watch them on TV. The music venues around here, I'm pretty concerned about because we don't know when music's going to come back and when people are going to want to be that close to people. So we've been doing a lot of fundraising for places like the Crocodile and trying to help out people that we know aren't going to get back to work right away.
Can you tell us a bit of the history of the Crocodile? Because we know so many amazing bands have got their start there or played there, but a little bit of the history of that amazing venue.
I mean, it's been around since '92, I believe. And yeah, I mean, everybody's played there. Nirvana played there, Soundgarden played there, like the normal Seattle bands that you expect to play in different clubs. But I mean, I go back to 2012, I saw the Beastie Boys playing there, and it's a 250 person venue at that point. And to see the Beastie Boys play in their prime in a small venue like that, like, it's history like that that just kind of brings you back and makes you realize how special these places are. And to know that a virus of all things could actually destroy that, you want to do whatever you can to bring it back. It's survived people selling it or people giving up on it. I think it can pull through, but you don't know. You just don't know.
Well, usually in these Zoom interviews, I ask the guests to do a bit of show and tell, but I mean, that backdrop speaks for itself.
Yeah, I mean, I brought everything to the shop. The shop's looking pretty cool. I got my autographed KJ Wright cleats in there, and I've got my Super Bowl ticket and, you know, stuff like that. That's all making it my own. It's almost like my man cave away from the house, but also business. So next time I'll have to do this interview there.
Yeah, absolutely. That workshop is absolutely spectacular. You're a printer by trade, t-shirts and posters and some amazing artwork. How's the business been?
Had to adapt a lot. Like, you know, people don't need to have t-shirts for their concerts or festivals or tours or anything right now. So we've been doing a lot of working with businesses to help them raise money and doing online sales and distribution so they can concentrate on how to open their businesses back up, but still make some money, and it helps keep me afloat.
Well, I've been trying to get you and Taylor to come down to Australia, but I don't know if I'm going to get you down after the photos I send you of brown snakes and cane toads.
I mean, every time I see anything from Australia, it's going to kill me. I'm like, man, I'm going to need my own bubble around there. But we need to get down there in the next year or two.
Yeah, we can't wait, mate. We'd love to have you here. There we are. My good buddy, Kool Keith, all the way from Seattle. Take care, sir. Thanks for Zooming.
Thanks, Dan.